What's up and welcome to Rob's Rules, where the rules are simple. They're ours. I'm here, you're there, and as always, thank you for being here. Today's a big day as Amber Heard has decided to settle with Johnny Depp. This comes from her Instagram. So I'm going to read what she has wrote on her Instagram right now. After a great deal of deliberation, I have made a very difficult decision to settle the defamation case brought against me by my ex-husband in Virginia. It is important for me to say that I never chose this. I defended my truth, and in doing so, my life as I knew it was destroyed. The vilification I have faced on social media is an amplified version of the ways in which women are re-victimized when they come forward. Now I finally have an opportunity to emancipate myself from something I attempted to leave over 6 years ago, and on terms I can agree to. I have made no omission. This is not an act of concession. There are no restrictions or gags with respect to my voice moving forward. I make this decision, having lost faith in the American legal system, when my unprotected testimony served as entertainment and social media fodder. When I stood up before a judge in the UK, I was vindicated by a robust, impartial, and fair system, where it was protected from having the worst moments of my testimony in front of the world's media, and where the court found that I was subjected to domestic and sexual violence. In the US, however, I exhausted almost all of my resources in advance of and during a trial in which I was subjected to a courtroom in which abundant direct evidence that corroborated my testimony was excluded, and in which popularity and power mattered more than reason and due process. In the interim, I was exposed to a type of humiliation that I simply cannot relive. Even if my U.S. appeal is successful, the best outcome would be a retrial where a new jury would have to consider the evidence again. I simply cannot go through that for a third time. Time is precious, and I want to spend my time productively and purposefully. For too many years, I have been caged in an arduous and expensive legal process which has shown itself unable to protect me and my right to free speech. I cannot afford to risk an impossible bill, one that is not just financial, but also psychological, physical, and emotional. Women shouldn't have to face abuse or bankruptcy for speaking her truth, but unfortunately, it is not uncommon. In settling this case, I am also choosing the freedom to dedicate my time to the work that helped me heal after my divorce. Work that exists in realms in which I feel seen, heard, and believed, and in which I know I can effect change. I will not be threatened, disheartened, or dissuaded by what happened from speaking the truth. No one can and no one will take that from me. My voice forever remains the most valuable asset I have. I'd like to thank my outstanding appellate and original trial teams for their relentless hard work. I want to thank everyone who has supported me, and I turn my attention to the growing support that I've felt and seen publicly in the months since the trial, and the efforts that have been made to show solidarity with my story. Any survivor knows that the ability to tell their story often feels like the only relief, and I cannot find enough words to tell you the hope your belief in me inspires. Not just me, but for all of you. Thank you. See you soon. So it was Amber Heard, sticking by her story, not going to change, saying, hey, thank you for supporting me. In the end of all this, we have one thing. The people who are victims, such as myself and many of you who might be watching this video. It doesn't matter what side you're on, because that is the one thing we all have in common. Whether you're supporting Amber Heard or you're supporting Johnny Depp, the bottom line is the one thing that we have passion, the one thing that we are fired up about is that we believe that somebody was hurt. Somebody mentally, physically was hurt. I obviously believe Johnny Depp. You might not, and that's fine too. But the bottom line is we were victims. People like me who were scared to talk, people wouldn't believe me, were hurt by some other person who just didn't care. But for all of you who are a victim, I truly say I'm sorry. I don't believe Amber Heard for various reasons. Stories that didn't make sense, witnesses, LAPD who stated what they stated, video, audio. There was a lot there for me to believe in Johnny Depp. Violence has no gender, and that's for certain. Anybody, male or female, can be the abuser. Any male or female can be the victim. I'm not stating that I don't believe women, because I do. I worked in the courthouse, I worked in family court, and night after night I saw many, many women walk in the door, black and blued, and hurt. So yes, I believe women, but the proof is pretty obvious. In this case, it was not. Not on Amber Heard's part. To me, this was a cry to use a movement, the Me Too movement, to further her career. That is my belief. And no one really has changed my mind in the 2 years that I've been covering it. I believe Johnny because the recordings that I heard was Amber mocking the man. Amber who admitted that she hit the man. Things that Amber said like running on glass and the next day you're okay. Or didn't make quite a lot of sense to me. But you believe what you believe. But the bottom line is, if you survive through an ordeal like this, then I'm truly sorry for what you have gone through. It's just like if I like a team and you don't. I'm going to be passionate about my team. You're going to be passionate about your team. Doesn't make you a bad person. I just disagree. So I'm passionate about Johnny was the one who was abused. Johnny Depp was the one mentally abused, physically abused. And like he said in his audio recordings, because you start physical fights, I had to get out of there because I don't want to be the guy who pops the wife. This is just my opinion. Again, I did tell Amber to settle this a long time ago when I spoke to Eve Barlow, and you could see that fell on deaf ears, and that would have been the best move she could have made. Because again, in my opinion, she was the one who was the abuser and the liar here in this case, not Johnny Depp. Till next time, I'll read your comments in the section down below. If you choose to leave one, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I will see you. Maybe on Twitter, maybe in the Discord. Maybe I'll just see you comments here. But whatever it is, be proud that you survived the ordeal you did. You should be proud of yourself. Thank God you did. May God bless you. Till next time. Ciao for now.